In this episode of SolidWorks for Creo Parametric users, we will take a look at creating a skeleton model in an assembly as part of top-down design. Here I am in SolidWorks. Let me start out by creating my top-level assembly. I will click on the new icon. In the new SolidWorks document dialog box, it defaults to part. I'm going to change to assembly and then click the OK button. And now I've got my new assembly started. It's been given a default name. Right off the bat, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to save the assembly just because in SolidWorks, an assembly has pointers to all the different files. Also, this will affect any parts that I create in the future. And so let me save right off the bat. Let me go to File and then Save to this PC. And here I am in a folder. Let me call this my Chimera prototype, and then hit the Enter key. And so now here I am in my assembly. Let me make the feature manager a little wider. In SolidWorks, a skeleton model is not its own separate kind of model file like you have in Creo Parametric. It is just a regular part. And I'm going to create that part in the context of the assembly. Let's go to Insert Components and then choose New Part. And now we have a check mark attached to the end of the pointer. This is for locating the new part in the assembly. And I'm going to select what I want the front plane of the new part attached to. In this case, I can use the front plane of the top level assembly. Let me see, can I even turn on my plane display while I am in here? And so I could pick the front plane, and then it is created. Now you'll notice that I am automatically in sketch mode. Let me expand my new part in the tree. You'll see that we have the sketch here and there's a minus sign, and I'm in the sketching toolbar because it assumes that I want to jump in and start creating sketches. And at the moment I don't want to, so I'm just going to hit the X to get out of the sketch. I will choose discard changes and exit. And also you will notice that my brand new part is in blue. That means that it is the active part. If I want to make the assembly the active part, well, I could use this button over on the right-hand side, or I could turn off the Edit Component button in the ribbon. Now you'll notice that that part is no longer blue, and my top-level assembly is active. For the new part, it was given an automatic name. You'll notice that it has the little up arrow and then the name of the assembly. That means that this part is going to be embedded within the assembly. And I am fine with that because this is a skeleton model. But if you don't want it to be embedded, you can right click on it and there's an option to save the part in an external file. But that's not what I want to do. I want to change its name. Let me choose right above it to rename the part. And I'm going to call it my Chimera skeleton. And there we have the part renamed. And also you can see that there's some extra information for these different components in my feature manager. If I don't want to see that, let's right click on the top node in our feature manager. In other words, right click on the top level assembly. I'm going to go to tree display, component name and description. You can check the box to do not show configuration or display state name if only one exists. You can also explicitly turn off the display of secondary and tertiary information for the components. I'll click the OK button. And now we have much simpler information in the feature manager. So that's how you can create your skeleton in the context of your assembly.